Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is the 12th of January and I have some news for you today from SimCity. As Maxis have said that you will now be able to have mods for the game and that the game now supports them as long as the mods created adhere to the guidelines which have been set forth by Maxis. Now, there is a rather lengthy blog post which they've posted on this subject which lay down all of the rules. So if you wish to read all of them, I suggest you give that a look. The link will of course be in the description. Now I'm going to go through the highlights of them. Now the gist of it is don't mess with the multiplayer or the integrity of the gameplay. Keep it ESRB, E10 Plus and PG7. Do not use copyrighted material, and do remember that SimCity, EULA and EA's terms of service supersede these rules. Now, they're apparently looking into an offline mode, but that's not on its way just yet. But as I said, I'm going to go a little bit through what it says here. Now it says, quote, mods must not jeopardize the integrity of the gameplay or harm the experience of others. Mods that affect the simulation for multiplayer games and multiplayer features, such as leaderboards or training with other players, are not allowed. And as you might expect, the mods cannot modify any .com, .exe, .dll or any other executable files. I think that's more than reasonable. Now, the most important thing is the question they have asked as like a sort of FAQ is, what if I create a SimCity mod? And they said, quote, we encourage you to create new content, other mods for SimCity. If you do, we'd like the opportunity to promote or distribute it too without further compensation to you. Or, in the words of our lawyers, distribution of your mod in any form constitutes a grant by you to EA of an irrevocable, perpetual, royalty-free, sub-licensable right to use, copy, modify, and distribute that mod and derivatives of that mod, and use your name if we choose to for any purpose and through any means, and without obligation to pay you anything, obtain your approval or give you credit. You also agree to promptly execute assignments confirming this license upon request from EA. And unsurprisingly, they've said that you can't make any money from the mods, you can't sell them in any way, and has to be non-commercial and distributed free of charge. And they can't be even trying to solicitate donations or anything like that. But I think that's perfectly reasonable, to be honest. All of that jargon regarding the mod is just them keeping their legal side covered. You know, I don't think they're ever really going to act on it in the way that they're describing, but just to keep themselves safe, they have set forth these rules. Still, even with a few understandable restrictions in place, SimCity 5 does now finally support mods. Hopefully this will pave the way to an offline mode for this rather beleaguered game that had a rather spotted career at the start and has recovered somewhat from that, but I don't think it'll ever fully recover. Maybe the inclusion of mods will help in that regard, but I think the main thing that would really help is an offline mode. So let's hope that some enterprising soul, either EA or unofficially, actually creates an offline mode for those of us to enjoy who actually want to not be tethered online when playing this particular title. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.